Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm that forgotten ugly doll that you bought from Hot Topic and it's just lying in your closet, Jen.
And I'm your rejected Hot Topic employee, Kim.
And we're two sad bitches that have to wait for another year for the My Chemical Romance reunion tour. Kim, how are you feeling about the news?
I feel like I wasn't too surprised. I wasn't necessarily too surprised just because I feel like, maybe I'm biased saying this, but I feel like MCR would be a responsible band, I hope, during the pandemic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I am beside Gerard Way.
Yeah. We'll talk about more. We'll always talk about My Chemical Romance. Let's be fucking real. But it's a good. I guess it's not a good segue, but it is a segue because today we're talking about how we discovered music, like throughout the ages, our fucking history of, how we got into this scene, but like, in the lens of just like how we discovered this music in the first place. I remember listening to My Chemical Romance on Napster, and my mom was so pissed off at me for because I don't know. I was listening to Mama, and she was just like, "Really? This is the kind of music you're listening to, Mama? We all go to hell." And I was just like, "Yeah, yeah, Mom, we really do all go to." We all go to hell. But maybe I'm jumping in too quickly on that stuff, but hopefully it's something that you guys will find interesting, or at least strikes a nostalgic chord. So yeah, real quick, the intro this week is not something that plays into your nostalgic memory, and that's good because of course we want to talk about how we're discovering music today. That intro song I used on this episode is from a band that I'm friends with on Instagram called Pull the Curtain. They're really great guys, a pretty diverse group. That intro song is called Just Be Yourself is the Worst Advice I've Ever Been Given, which is a fact. Oh my gosh. Yep. Like just the title.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, I feel that, because have you met me?
Seen me?
Have you seen me? I'm a gremlin, guys. No, they're fucking great. They're black POC. Great. Check them out. We'll mention some other bands that we've discovered, in this phase of our life, because they are one of the newer bands that I've listened to. But yeah, it's just how we discovered music is just vastly different than how we used to. And we should talk about it. So yeah, Kim, like, I mentioned Napster, and maybe that was jumping the gun, but like, what was your youth like?
Oof.
I don't know. Yeah, how did you used to discover music? Yeah.
So I feel like obviously like CDs were a thing back then. Mm-hmm. But when I had, I think this was probably before I got my iPod, I would watch music videos, like, online, on YouTube, and I would actually use AOL Music to find music, which was weird.
I know.
Yeah, I just sit there, because I was, like, young, and, like, I would just sit there, like, watch, like, music videos and stuff, because, like, what else is there to do? And just, fall down a rabbit hole and end up, like, finding, like, other bands that way, which was, something, I don't know, that's all I did, was just listen to AOL Music and, like, go on Myspace and just, like...
I remember, was it AOL Music or was it Music Choice? It was Music Choice. It's just a network that there's
the TV channel, right?
Yeah, it's just a TV channel. Like it's still around. Like your parents probably put it on during like parties and stuff like that. Like, and there's just all these different channels. So I remember this. This was not planned, but I just remember going to my cousin's apartment, and they would like. It would just be good. I don't know. Like, I guess I must have discovered new music. Again, this was like, I have my notes. This was not part of my notes.
Was it like, because I don't know if you had, I had Optimum at my house. And I remember like the big like Optimum button in the middle. So I would like press that and it would take me to like, just a bunch of things I can like search up, and I would end up in the music section and find music videos through that. I got my first laptop at like I think 16. So but yeah, I remember like searching through that on like the Optimum thing, or not sponsored.
But unless they want to,
right? If you want to, though, hit me up.
I guess another thing, not even, I guess, like even maybe further back or maybe during the same time. Again, we all know this. LimeWire.
What you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Yeah. Oh gosh, Kim, do you remember songs that you used to download off of, or you did download off of LimeWire? Like, tell me.
Oh gosh. Yeah, like I guess me trying to find like weird, like seedy, obscure, like hardcore music at the time, and especially because I feel like that was kind of like hard to find sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You probably remember this too. I feel like everybody remembers this, like that audio clip that you sometimes get when you download random songs. Like, yeah, I did not have sex.
Fellow Americans, I would once again like to say that I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Like, what was that? Who did that to us?
What is this?
No, like for real. I don't. I'm trying to remember another one. That one's like clear in my brain though, because I'd be so like I just wanted pork and beans. Why do I have Bill Clinton? Oh God. No, I totally like downloaded a bunch of songs off of Reanimation from Linkin Park, and then I think, no lie, I totally did rip a lot of Weezer. Sorry, Weezer. I did see you in concert a few times, though. I feel like I made up for it.
I've given you money, I swear.
I swear. No, but there was something like I also during that time, and if this, it's not a derail, but like I ripped a lot of songs because I didn't have money, but also because I was a budding video editor. I would need them for my AMVs, Kim.
Yeah.
So how else could I make an AMV without music? Riddle me that.
Exactly.
So
I miss AMV.
I remember finding a lot of B-sides of artists that I love, like Evanescence. I think first pod I talked about my big love for the album Fallen, but I think I also found songs that I don't know if they're on any album, or they might be on like I don't know what album they would have been on, but like Missing and
it's like Lost Whispers.
I don't know. If anything, AMV's deepened my love for bands that I already knew. But yeah. Oh, I feel like they did open a gateway with me though. With I had a deep love for a band called Get Scared.
Oh yes.
Get Scared?
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, so and I think. So I don't know. I couldn't, again, and this is not the episode that I'm going to talk about what anime was paired with the songs. Your girl was a guy online kind of gal. So I remember stumbling onto someone's profiles because that was a big thing, like customizing your profiles. And we all had like AMVs on our pages. So I remember stumbling onto someone's and then hearing Get Scared. And I was just like, all right, I'm going to make this my whole ass identity. Because I felt like they were obscure enough that like I almost felt like I was like the indie kid with that band. Like, oh my God, like there's this new band. Like, I was just full snob about them. Oh God, I feel embarrassed saying that. Ugh.
You're good. We were all like definitely there at one point. Like I definitely felt like that back in the day when I listened to like fucking Black Dahlia Murder and like We Butter the Bread with Butter, like all these like hardcore bands, and now like they're pretty popular. And like if you know hardcore music, you listen to those bands, or you at least have heard of them. But I was edgy and cool and not mainstream, so just feeling super cool listening to like these bands that like oh, no one understands it, just feeling super edgy. No, I feel you on that.
Yeah, there's just like an elite, like it's something that died with me because like I just don't care anymore about like
I'm glad I don't give a shit anymore. I hated that. Like I just kept myself super like limited at a certain point to like music just to like fit like a certain
to fit the scene, and that's bullshit, guys. It's bullshit. I mean, everyone who's listening to this podcast at this point is like our age, but like just the fact that, yeah, I limited myself. Like I did and I didn't, because like I was always surrounded by different music because I had siblings that listened to other things, or, you know, my mom is driving me to X, Y, and Z, or my dad. And it's just like, so you would have to listen to like the top 100, but I would just never openly admit that I liked a Justin Bieber song, or, you know, insert the popular artist at the time, like a Black Eyed Peas song or something like that, even though I really did like the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh yeah, I had a couple of their CDs. Good times.
Yeah. Their early stuff is great, but also like they're like, I love the elitist nature there, because I'm just like, yeah, it's different. They evolved. Maybe it's not for you how they evolved, but like, you know, I like to dance, so, you know, like the newer Black Eyed, I don't even know where I'm derailing hard. Let me take it back to CDs real quick, because I know that you probably did this, Kim, growing up, and I definitely did this, and my friends did this. Mixed CDs were such a big part of our upbringing. So I remember, you know, I would make CDs for my friends, and I would put my fucking heart and soul into those CDs. Like, I really was just like, I really wanted my friends to think I was listening to something cool. And also I was like, I don't know, there's some kind of pride in just like, I made this for you, and like, here is like, you know, I would do the little art and everything.
That's sweet. I like that.
I know. I miss it. Like, I might be sounding like a broken record, because I think I did say this on pod 1, but there's, you know, like there's a difference between making a mix CD and making a playlist for someone. It's like you only had like an hour or maybe less than that, like 45 minutes on a blank CD to like put your music on, so you had to be very selective. And it's like, okay, what songs are going to convey how I feel about this person? Or, you know, like I would always make my friends breakup CDs, and I think they all really liked them.
That's really cool.
Yeah, anytime they like a bad breakup was happening in the friend group, I was like, oh honey, I'll make you a CD. And I think shout out if you ever got a mixed CD from me, and it helped. That would mean the world to me. I would love to hear that.
If you're listening to this on YouTube and you want to talk about your mixed CDs from Jen, leave that in the comments, please.
Please
Hear about these CDs. I wasn't there for that era of Jen's life, so
you missed out, man.
I definitely did.
Good time. No, but like, do you remember any like music that you discovered through people giving you mixed CDs though? Again, I'm gonna let you talk because I will over talk, but yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah, so I remember specifically getting, you know, burning CDs, you know, stealing music. I got like a whole copy of American Idiot from my friend, which was really nice
great.
At the time. Yeah, I was so excited. And on my CD player, I just like listened to it over and over and over. But yeah, I've had a couple of mixed CDs, and I remember once actually. I know this isn't relevant to like, you know, the music genre we're talking about, but I remember one of my family members making me a CD, and I was picking songs, and I think there was like a lot of 50 Cent on the CD I was making, and she was like, "All right, no more." Like, you need to stop. Like, you can't be listening to all this 50 Cent, like, corrupting your brain. But, yeah, so I remember, like, you know, a good chunk of the CD being, like, 50 Cent, and then, like, you know, I put in, like, a bunch of, like, other songs. But, I loved making mixed CDs, and I've, you know, trading them with friends was always, like, a good thing. I didn't really trade too many CDs with friends, to be honest. But when I was able to, it was always a really fun time.
No, that's so funny, though, because we are kind of the same person. Again, talking about Napster for me, but I think Napster, I don't know, because I feel like I had accidentally also stumbled into 50 Cent's music growing up because of my older brothers, and like they had, like, we all shared like a Napster account because it was 2001 and we had one computer that we all used, and Napster was a brand new thing, so it was one account, and you know, little Jenny didn't have an email account, so whatever. And I remember having like a Samsung MP3 player, like it was probably the size of the palm of my hand. And yeah, what was it though? It was Many Men. and I remember my mom was like, you can't be listening to this. And I was like, but it's on my, like, I don't know how, like, I'm not the smartest with technology. Y'all everyone listening can be like, yeah, that's true. So I just would always be accidentally downloading things. And I just remember like, I would just alternate between like, you know, the saddest of sad tunes to like Many Men. This is not what this is about though. We're talking about mixed CDs. I just thought it was funny that me and Kim have a similar 50 Cent background
over here.
Yeah, I am a 50 Cent stan, but this is not. I'm like, oh god, people like we'll talk. Well, I don't know. 50 Cent is emo now. That's what I'm.
50 Cent's emo confirmed.
I'm calling it right. Confirmed for emo night. 50 Cent. 50 Cent, call me.
Didn't yeah, right. 50 Cent come to our podcast, please.
Yes, please. Bring vitamin water.
Oh yeah, bring the vitamin water. But yeah, I know that he has beef with like Ja Rule. But didn't Ja Rule buy like a bunch of his tickets to his show? And so like nobody could. I think it was like the first 2 rows or some shit, or I don't know how many rows it was. Honestly,
so it reverse it. So 50 Cent is a major asshole.
And 50 Cent did that to Ja Rule.
Yes, that's what happened. So I believe it's Ja. If we are wrong, please sound off on the YouTube comments or wherever you're listening to this podcast. If you can comment, tweet at us. Please tweet at us. Tell us you idiots. It was actually like someone else. But yes, 50 Cent bought out the first like I guess 10 rows of a Ja Rule show, and he did that. I think it was just him, and he just smiled. And
that's crazy.
It's great. I love that man. I love to hate that man.
It's like this for you to buy it, and I was like, that was so cheap. I might as well just buy it.
I love a petty person. If it's not directed at me, but going back to CDs though, I still have a lot of my CDs people have made me. And I remember, oh no, you know what? It's fine. It's not fine because this band is not a band we look on fondly, but that's how I discovered Brand New. Yeah. And you know, Brand New is rightfully canceled. My childhood best friend, she would make me mixtapes all the time, and she really got me into like that kind of realm of like, it's hard to talk about it because like we know that Brand New is we know what Jesse did, and it really tarnished, you know, some impactful work. Again, I'm trying to talk about this with like, you know, with grace, and I don't think I'm doing that because I feel like, yeah, because Brand New is definitely a band that did mean a lot to me because it is something that like I feel like was just an older, like it was more sophisticated. It was just like, it wasn't like, you know, I hate my parents, like, you know, which there's a time and a place, but it was just like, it was talking about deeper stuff. Like I remember listening to Jesus Christ and like just feeling like, oh, that's like the heaviness of that song. But again, they're rightfully canceled, but it really opened my palette, if you will, for that genre of music. She got me into Bright Eyes, and I think Bright Eyes is safe to talk about, but like, so maybe I'm going to steer this direction for Bright Eyes. I just like, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, bands that were on these, mixed CDs of mine, that, you know, I didn't discover on my own. So yeah, mixed CDs. I don't know what to do with my mixed CDs because it's just like,
it's cool
in
you
reality.
Still have them though. I don't think I have pretty much any of mine, just because I've moved so much. You know what I mean? And I've had to like get rid of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool that you still have them. I wonder. I don't know. I'm gonna look through my shit.
Yeah, do. I'm so curious. If you do, like, let me know. But or let the pod know. Be like, guys, I found it. Crash in. I have and this is tragic. So my first big relationship, me and my ex, we just, you know, when we were still like flirting and like blah blah blah, and even a little after we started dating, we made each other mixtapes all the time, and he would do these really cute little illustrations on it, and like I had them in my hand and I was like, I should just trash these, but in reality these are the closest thing to like, you know, love letter, you know, like little things like that. I'm just like, you know, I could show it to my like maybe my future grandcats or something.
Grandcats.
Yes. No, but like, I don't know. I'm going to put them in a box, I think, and just like, yeah, you know, back in my day, a boy made me a bunch of mixed CDs, and now you guys just get, I don't know why I'm talking like that. I'm so sorry.
I love the young people.
I know, I wonder what kind of, you know, how
he
people
put
be
on
listening to music by the time you have your cats, you know.
But yeah, he put on City and Color.
Oh.
and I fell hard. Oh God. Yes, is City and Color considered? Can we talk about City and Color? I don't know.
If we mention a band that is problematic and we don't know, we are sorry.
Yeah.
Let's just put that out now. Because, you know, we'll probably be listing, like, bands later on, too, especially ones we found online recently, and, like, a lot of these newer bands. I personally have not, like, really looked up their whole history.
Yeah.
So, with that said, I think they're fine.
Yeah, no, I think City and Color is fine too. I brought them up. I'm happy you brought up what you brought up, and I will touch on that in just 1 second. I only say, is City and Color emo? The answer is probably not, but maybe. But the lead singer, I think City and Color is just one guy, first off. Yes, one guy. I don't know. With Dallas Green, who has like a million names. He has a million first names. Dallas Michael John Albert Green. Hi. Hello. He's also in Alexis on Fire.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, I said that right? Yes. I was not a fan of them. Growing up.
I knew a couple of their songs. I had them on my iPod, especially my iPod Touch. I definitely had a couple of songs on that from them. Or from him.
They're a band I definitely knew about, but I just never got into them. I think my roommate actually might be a bigger fan of them, but like, shout out your favorite song and what I should check out, because, you know, whatever. Anyway, City and Color, that band had such a hold of my like 18 to like, I'll say 21-year-old self. Something about the acoustic guitar, man. Oh God.
What it was, but
no, it's facts. Rise Against, I feel like I first saw, no, you know what that was? Guitar Hero. Never mind. I'm gonna leave.
I'm gonna go now.
I'm gonna go. I was gonna have this like deep, impactful thing, and I was like, wait, no. I heard Prayer to Refugees on fucking Guitar Hero. And then, but then it probably like led me into like on YouTube, typing in Rise Against, and then like discovering Swing Life Away on an AMV with Naruto or some shit. Oh no.
Do you remember what your first like album from them was for Rise Against?
Oh, Rise Against? It was.
That's a lot of pops.
I mean, I fully love Rise Against. The song Give It All.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I fantasize about fucking moshing to that song. The same friend
show together.
I would love to go to.
I've seen them twice. I saw them once in the PlayStation Theater, and then I saw them in Central Park.
Yeah. Shout out to the PlayStation Theater. I went once to see Newfound Glory.
So cool.
It's kind of cool. Like, I kind of was like, I hate that I'm in Times Square, but it was a novelty to like that venue in general. I don't know, just a good venue. I think
very good. I've been to the Loft. We love the Loft in Poughkeepsie.
We do love the Loft.
Love the Loft. Like, love the memories I've made there. But like, I don't know if things are different now, but the sound in there was just awful. But shout out to the Loft for introducing me to a bunch of bands that I didn't know before. So, but yeah.
why were we talking about this? Oh, because you asked me what was my first Rise Against album,
right.
and is Appeal to Reason.
Oh,
and
wow, really? I thought you were going to say Siren Song. Okay. But Appeal to Reason is a really good album. Like, I don't know. I really do love Rise Against. I've really been a big fan of them for quite a while.
They're great guys, I think.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like good eggs.
Yeah.
They're big
they're big activists. I remember they were one of those bands that made me very hyper aware of, issues bigger than myself. That's the only way I could really word that without going into like everything they believe in. But even to like, I won't say I like PETA. I'm just gonna say that out loud. Mm-hmm. But like and I know they were big PETA advocates, but like even just like it's the larger conversation about like how it's an environmental issue. Like it's because we're fucking up the environment, which we obviously we need to not do that.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
So I've always really appreciated their music. And yeah, I am actually looking at Siren songs, and Kim, you're gonna like disown me. I know a lot of these songs, like Paper Wings, love it.
I think that was actually my first Rise Against song.
Yeah, you really?
Pretty sure Paper Wings was my first. I think I found them on YouTube. Like,
oh.
Yeah, like when I first heard them, that obviously a long time ago. Ugh. We're old.
But we are old. But yeah, no. So I know I'm looking at the listing right now. I know Paper Wings. I know Dancing for Rain was another song that was on my playlist, my mix CDs. And yeah, I owe this album a listen, is what I'm trying to say. Because I clearly don't know.
Oh yeah, no,
nearly
definitely.
as much as
whenever
I
you
thought.
get the chance, because I know you got a lot of albums to go through, but
I'll get there.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think it also opens up a larger conversation because, like, so we grew up in we streamed a lot of our shit. We found music on YouTube. We found music on MySpace profiles, things like that. So, I mean, like, I bought CDs, but, like, CDs weren't, like, the be-all because I knew I could get music for free online. So it feels weird saying, like, yeah, I'm a Rise Against fan and I fucking love Rise Against. And then I just realized, like, oh, I haven't heard a number of these songs. Like, what do you feel about that?
They've been around for a long time, you know what I mean? So, of course, it's going to be hard to get through, like, all of their albums.
What makes a fan? Larger question. What makes a fan? How many songs do you need to know?
How many songs do you need to know to consider yourself a fan? I don't know. Like, honestly, like, some of the bands I'm going to probably, like, mention later, I honestly, like, I found them online. We'll talk about where we found some of the newer bands that we have found recently. And to be honest, some of the bands I'm probably going to mention, I don't know too many songs by, and I'm probably not a real fan. But then again, a lot of these bands are newer and don't have that many albums. So, but you're a Rise Against fan. You're a fan, big fan.
I guess I'm self-conscious. I'm self-conscious about, like, people quizzing me on bands too still.
Oh my god,
like,
so
at our age,
like, shut up. Like, first of all, like,
this is a good thing to talk about though, because, like, maybe people, like, do other people feel this way, or am I just crazy? It's okay if I'm crazy, pod. Let me know. Because, like, anytime I, like, say, oh, I like this band, or if I'm showing up to a concert, I almost feel like I need to study for it. Does anyone else get that? Is that just me?
I think I've definitely, like, felt like that type of way before, especially, like, when I was, late teens, early 20s, I was going to a lot of, like, hardcore shows, and especially, like, at those shows, there's just, like, a lot of, like, men there, and of course, like, sometimes they can just act like other people, who aren't, like, men, don't know anything about music ever, so, you know what I mean? I definitely have felt that way, going to these shows. I always feel, like, very, like, male-oriented and aggressive, and, I loved it, but I also just, like, when you see the crowd and you're like, oh, this isn't a very diverse crowd, and just people just make you feel like you don't know anything about music sometimes. I'm like, well, I do, but, like, you just second guess yourself sometimes. And
oh yeah, I'm always like, and sometimes I'm just like I was right about this thing, and then like I get like I'm in the shower later, I was like, I should have said this, blah blah blah. Oh God. But no, so yeah, you absolutely hit it on the head. I never feel that way. I don't want to say I never feel that way, but it's mostly around men that I'm like, I feel like, oh shit, I didn't study for this because you're quizzing me on all these things, and I
just want to like prove a point a lot of the time, like, oh,
yeah,
you know, you don't know anything about music, me. And I'm just like, okay,
like,
I guess I'll just fuck myself. It's fine. Like,
you know what? Like, again, this is whatever. This is our podcast, and we will talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. But that happened to me when I was still living in Savannah, Georgia, and I just remember how hilarious it was because this guy was trying to quiz me on the Ramones.
Oh God.
And but also, like, it's the fucking Ramones. Like, he was like, so he's quizzing me, and I'm getting it right. I do want to say, like, I'm like, I knew what the fuck I was talking about. I was like, it's not that hard.
Quizzing back.
Quizzing, like, yes, I could have, but it's also just like when you're talking about the fucking Ramones, they're saying the title of their song like 10 times in their song. It's like, it's not a good place to start quizzing someone. Like, right. You know, like, it's like, Sheena is a punk rocker. Sheena is like, yeah. I don't know. It's not that deep. It's okay. Yeah, I just remember the guy honestly being fucking impressed by me doing the bare minimum too. I love talking about music, hence why he started a podcast about it. But it's just like I can never care that much. So I'm just like, yo, they don't even know the Ramones, man. Like, no, how about you,
bro?
Like, you don't even know the Ramones, bro. Like, you don't even know. Let me dial it back. Yeah, this episode's all over the place, guys. I'm sorry.
I mean, did you like spend money on like iTunes at all? I mean, I would get gift cards for like,
I would get
Christmas.
Gift cards all the time.
Yeah, and I'd use them on that. But.
Yeah, that would probably be the only way. And oh my God, I remember buying. Good question. Good way to bring us back. Can't wait. No, but Census Fail and Scaring Kids, Scary Kids. Thank you. I remember getting Family Tradition, and oh my God, I love that song. I listened to that song very recently too. Like, I was in like my bathroom, just like. I'm going through some shit right now, but yeah, no, those were two tunes that off the top of my head I just remember purchasing with my iTunes gift card that someone got me. It was in my Christmas stocking or some shit. What about you, Kim?
I've definitely have bought like individual songs or like albums and stuff, but I think the last thing I remember spending iTunes money on was, and don't clock me, for the Sonic Adventure 2 battle.
Stop it. No.
Yes. Yep, I spent my iTunes money on that album, and that album came out on vinyl, and you know, if anybody has a copy that they don't want anymore, let me know. Let a bitch know, because I need that on vinyl. I don't even collect vinyls as much anymore, like, unless it's something I really, really, really like, because I used to buy vinyls a lot, but yeah.
They're money. I just started collecting vinyls too, and we can touch on a little bit of like our favorite vinyls. No, but oh my God, Sonic Adventure, you said, right?
Yes. So
is that the one with and I will insert that music clip right here, but
the Escape plays right now.
No, Bobby's gonna love this. Shout out to Bobby. Bobby who listens to our podcast before they go live to make sure we're not so stupid. But running around with the speakers down. Like, is that Sonic Adventure?
That's the one. You even know the words.
No, my roommate is such a big Sonic fan, and he was playing Sonic Adventure quite recently, and he was trying to get my other roommate to my roommate to play Sonic Adventure, and she was just getting so frustrated, and it was just that song on, like, you know, it's the intro song, so it's a fucking bop. That's
I wish Sonic I was Adventure visiting that day.
Oh my God, please, anytime. You're fully vaxxed now, but Yeah, no, Sonic Adventure is very important to pop punk, and I
Right?
will die on this hill.
Definitely.
Yes, I don't know what I was expecting from you, and I love it when you just drop bombs on me like that.
By the way, yeah, my music taste is all over the place, to say the least. But yeah, video game music is definitely a big part of my existence, honestly.
Did I ever buy a soundtrack? I don't.
Yeah, or just a soundtrack to something that you like watched or played or something.
So yes, and you probably know one. Oh God, oh no. Okay, so the answer is I've definitely bought a soundtrack. It was in CD form though. And Kim, can you?
Is it Pokemon?
No. Oh my God, though, you just called me out, and I didn't even realize it. It was the Kingdom Hearts album. Okay, so and like I'm not gonna talk a lot about Kingdom Hearts, the fucking soundtrack, because it's a bunch of scores. It was very, whatever, but simple and clean, a fucking bop. And you had both versions, and loved it. But another soundtrack. I didn't buy the soundtrack. I bought a few songs. I was really into this game called The World Ends With You growing up, which is, in the Square Enix umbrella, and we will talk about these games more, blah, blah, blah. But it was just self-aware. It was like, it would make, like emo jokes. Like, I was kind of really surprised when I saw the word emo pop up in a video game. But yeah, they were just, they were cute sad boys, and their fashion was impeccable. And
the fits were on point.
The fits. Oh, loved it.
Pants.
I don't want to talk too much because I want to save that talk for whenever we talk about video games. But yeah, that would be my video game purchase on iTunes. Do you remember your last iTunes purchase? Because I fucking do.
That might have been my last one, honestly, the Sonic thing. But other than that, I really don't remember. But I think that was my last iTunes purchase.
Okay.
But I try to remember what else I bought on iTunes, like, back in the day. Like before. I mean, it was only when I got gift cards I would buy music, to be quite honest.
Yeah. No, I mean, same. I think my last gift card I got was my senior year of high school, like as a graduation gift. And then no one ever gave me an iTunes gift card again, which was great because, I don't know. I guess Pandora. Oh, that's something that I guess we could talk about, but I don't really know how to talk about it because Pandora became a thing right when senior year was taking off. And I think everyone should remember what Pandora is, right? Is that too old?
No, I think people still use it. I don't know. I liked it because it was free. And at the beginning, they had, I think, a fair amount of skips, but as time went on, I felt like we had less skips. And then I took the plunge and finally bought Spotify.
See, I was so, I only bought Spotify once I realized that they did a student discount in college.
Oh, same. Same.
Yeah. But up until, it was really interesting because again, I don't have a note for this, and I'm kind of surprised that I don't, because they truly, because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but they had the thumbs up, thumbs down feature about tracks that they would serve you. And yes, you had the skips, but I guess the fun about Pandora for a while was that you had to really reserve those skips for things you just, so you were forced to listen to, it was truly what radio could have, what we wanted radio to be, which is hey, we want to discover new music, but we also want to have that ability to skip it. And then Spotify and Apple Music kind of dominated the space from that point on. When I remember the first time learning about Spotify, and because I feel like I was pretty late to the Spotify party.
I was literally about to say that. I was I think I was late too compared to a lot of people. And then I don't know what year Spotify even came out. I really don't remember right now. And then Apple Music came out later, right?
I think so. I think for I don't know much about Apple Music because I'm fully a Spotify. by gal. So I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know anything about like when Apple Music actually.
And I was like, you don't have Apple Music? I'm like, no.
I'm like, no.
Come on now.
It's just I don't know when Apple Music became a thing, but I do remember like going to a party in college and the guy that was hosting the party was like, oh, feel free to add to the Spotify playlist. And I was like, oh, what?
The who
and
now?
the who? I thought we were all still using Pandora. And like I also was still at that point, I feel like YouTube was still like the ads were starting with YouTube. They weren't as aggressive as they were they are now, where I was still listening to a lot of music via YouTube. So
right.
Yeah. Or maybe I'm lying. Maybe Firefly Music Festival kind of made me aware of the Spotify culture app. I don't fucking know. Because I know Firefly was like my first festival post high school that I went to. And they created Spotify playlist, I believe,
for the show, right?
Yeah, for their lineup. So I remember being like, oh, this is a great way for me to like know other bands. And that's how I discovered fucking Japan Droids. I didn't forget that, but I just didn't think I was going to mention Japan Droids in this episode. So
I think I have them on like some of my playlists. But I forgot how I found out about them, to be honest.
Yeah. I found out about Japan Droids because I went to that Firefly Music Festival and, you know, I listened to that Spotify playlist I'm assuming they had. And it was The House That Heaven Built. And I used to say Japan Droids were like, they're still one of my favorite bands, I think. They are. I love that fucking band. But they just haven't had like anything new in a while, so it feels weird saying like, oh yeah, their discography is still kind of limited. But I love them. Love that they're in my life. Can't wait to see them again. 2-piece bands, man. They're cool.
I forgot. I saw something recently that I was about like 2-piece bands and like I forgot what exactly it said, but it said something in something like I guess about 2-piece bands, and if they get into a relationship, it kind of like ruins the music. Apparently, I don't really know. I don't know. I really like the White Stripes, so I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, is that what they're? I was gonna say, is that I'm. It's not true because I do know other 2-piece bands that ultimately like their boyfriend or girlfriend or wife and husband and stuff like that.
Like they make good music. I found a new. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know, I might have to ask Alex really quick. But there was a new band that actually he showed me that was a boyfriend and a girlfriend making music, and it was actually pretty cool. I can't remember who it was. Oh my gosh.
No worries.
Like text him from the other room.
No worries.
But yeah, we love a good 2-piece.
We do. And it I don't know. I would like to see, you said you read an article, right, about 2-piece bands and how
I don't know. I think it was like a post or something, just someone probably on Twitter, like just someone saying that like 2-piece bands, I guess if they end up dating or something, it just ruins the music, quote unquote. But I did get the band. They're actually husband and wife. They're called Buried Alive, with like buried, like berry, like BERRIED.
I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, I just found out about them pretty recently. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I only like heard a couple songs by them, but you know, so far a fan.
Oh, I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, I'll send them your
Kim recommendations.
Yeah, I don't know if you're into like super heavy stuff, but I could definitely like. I've been trying to find new like hardcore music just because I felt like for maybe like a few years I was just kind of like out of the loop with new music in general.
Yeah, I totally feel that.
Yeah, like I feel like us getting older too, and just having a lot of other responsibilities. And
It's
the shows not being around as much, especially local shows. I felt like at least in our area, kind of not died out necessarily, but aren't as around. I don't want to say died out because I'm sure there's like bands putting in the work right now, but like so I don't want to
Yeah, it's been like obviously with the last year. I don't know if you're just talking like strictly like
like for a couple.
Oh, in general.
Yeah, I feel like in the like Poughkeepsie particularly. I feel like there's wasn't a lot of shows like local like scene in New York kind of like quieted down for a little bit with local bands.
Yeah, I know like the Chance. They went through like a new management thing where they were only booking what is it called? Cover bands.
Yeah.
Like they weren't even
I remember that.
And
it's
such a strange like and now the Chance is I guess up for sale again or whatever. Yeah, they're up for sale. I kind of want to buy it.
Yeah,
but
which is like an interesting time for like making content during the pandemic, as a whole. But I can't, especially not being able to play like live shows and get your name like out there, how, especially how bands used to do. But we also have the power of the internet. We have like all these, TikTok is definitely like become like a big platform for music, and we'll touch on that later. But at least there's that, like we have online resources to use, and it's a little, especially like actors and stuff. So, but yeah.
No, most definitely. So, I ran into this, the lead singer of the 1865, which is a Brooklyn punk band, and they're dope as hell. I have them on my a playlist I made over the summer called The Black Power of the Scene. Highly recommend checking that out.
Is it your pin tweet on Twitter still, or?
It is, yes. Oh, love that of me that I still have that pinned. But so I ran into them on the day we got the official election result. So I went to get a drink with my friend and roommate, and I had met the bar was like, hey, does anyone have requests for what you want to play? And my dumbass, of course, no one could guess what the fuck I recommended. I was like, play emo. It's emo night. And yeah, I said that. Like no one could guess that. And oh my gosh, I wish I remembered her name off the top of my head. But the lead singer locked eyes on me. She just started singing fucking Fall Out Boy's songs, and we were just singing to each other for a while. And I'm like, oh my god, you're so dope. And she's like, and you look like me, which makes you dope. And we just instant friends. So yeah, they started talking to me for a while, and then they're like, oh, well, I'm in a band called the 1865. And I was like, I fucking know who you are. You're on my list. And it was just one of those like really cool moments of like living in the city where I'm just like, oh, it feels like anyway, this is a long-winded way of saying that they've been doing outdoor shows. Like just pop up like random places in Bushwick. It does look pretty safe. Like every time I see photos, it looks like people are wearing masks. So I don't want to. Yeah, and it's spread out, and it is outdoors, and it looks. No one looks like they're acting a fool. Like, but I think it was really cool that they found a way to still do shows during this time. Yeah.
Give them some time during the summer.
Yeah, I would. Mm-hmm. I'll drag you. Yeah. Check out their song Buckshot. It's pretty good. Yeet. Yeah. Kim, before I forget for the millionth time though, do you remember your first MySpace song? Or one of your yeah.
I made my MySpace, I think I was, other people had MySpaces, but I was being a good noodle. My parents didn't want me to. We were at a family friend's house, and they were like, let Kim have a MySpace.
That was such a thing.
Like,
was such a thing.
Yeah. So, like, I made one, and my friend kind of helped me, like, put it together, make it all cute. I told her I wanted as my first song, I Don't Love You by My Chemical Romance. Like, who was I loving? I was, like, 13. Like, who hurt me?
I really be listening to that song, and I'm just like, Jen, stop. I'm trying to think what could have been my first one though, but I remember one that made me the most friends, and that was Cute Without the E.
Oh, there we go.
And I just remember my friend Justine, who is a big fan of the podcast. I know there's like only 2 episodes, but she's a big fan of the podcast. She was like, "When's the next one coming up?" I love you. But yeah, she had stumbled onto my MySpace profile because we went to the same high school, and she was a grade above me, so we weren't really running in the same circles. But she saw that I was like, I had Taking Back Sunday on my profile, and we were inseparable from that point on. So shout outs to Taking Back Sunday for making lifelong friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I like moved, and my friend that I grew up with, shout out to Amy if you're listening to this, but I don't know if she remembers this, but I remember her like making my profile just like a little cooler before I like started school at my new school, and she put like the used Burn the Worm on my
oh my god,
my MySpace. Yeah, I was like, look at you making my profile cute.
I feel like I also had the Bird and the Worm on my
Like you definitely had.
Yeah,
you definitely had that song.
Called the fuck out. That and All I Got.
Oh
just that intro, like
so romantic.
Oh my god, I love that song. I love the used. Why can't I get well, we didn't know who was going to be touring with My Chemical Romance, right?
For when?
For their reunion.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they said who they were gonna tour with.
The fucking used and My Chemical Romance. I think there's beef. Is there beef? I don't know.
They had
Would
beef.
You know that?
Yeah, so
okay, so maybe
it was just like, I don't know how true this is or not, but apparently they had beef because from what I've been told, Bert wanted to like drink and do drugs still, and Gerard was getting sober, and apparently that's why they stopped being friends. But maybe Bert or Gerard could correct me on that. Who knows? Maybe they'll hit up the podcast. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Please. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bert and or Gerard. All right, somebody confirm this, but yeah, that's what I was told.
Yeah. That's what, it's same friend who, that I gave a shout out to, Justine. They told me the same thing. I think I get information and I'm like, boop, it's out. I still would have loved a fucking MCR used show because I think
so they can do Under Pressure together.
Oh my god, you caught me.
Under Pressure.
You fucking caught me.
Like, is that why, Jen? Is that why?
That's why. I'm only going to the MCR show just to hear every snowflake's different.
Literally
fucking bop. I was also very annoying with my MySpace profiles because I am an annoying person. If you follow me on any social media platforms, again, I just overshare. I'm always trying to curate shit. That's why I work in social media. It's kind of tragic.
I know. I feel like I'm like, well, this like me, like, cause like I'm like I have to like post on social media to be relevant, like work and blah blah.
But bringing it back to like MySpace, I just remember like you could choose a song for your profile song, obviously, but then there was like new widgets that had come out where you could do like playlists, and you bet your ass your girl made like playlists that had every song. And I can't even begin to tell you like what I don't know. I just remember like fucking spending hours when I should have been doing homework.
Oh yeah,
making playlists for my fucking. And I think I used to do like one a month. Like I would just update it or like So I don't know. That was cool. That was a cool time.
Did you find any like bands on MySpace that you remember that you really liked, or that you still sometimes listen to? Maybe.
Oh goodness, Lights is yeah, and Lights is funny because Lights I listened to not because of MySpace, but because I don't know, it was that time period. I didn't give them any thought past graduating high school. Just did not think about, what is Lights up to? And then into my adulthood, I've been to like 3 Lights shows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She's getting 3 shout outs. I hope she loves this fucking episode. But my friend Justine is a big Lights fan. So anytime Lights is in the city, she'll be like, what are you doing? I got 2 tickets and I'll just go. And yeah, Lights is great. I feel like Never Shout Never was also on that list of bands I discovered on MySpace or just internet. Like, yeah, I really wish I could peek into my fucking MySpace to let you know who I was following, because unfortunately the only ones that I know for sure that I was following are the problematic ones. So, like,
yeah, same. Yeah, like
yeah. And I know MySpace changed everything anyway, so I don't even think I could like Google search like, oh, my name.
Oh, right. Find your profile.
Yeah. Oh, this is also a discussion though. Kim, what was your MySpace name? Like your header. Ooh. Ooh, I did it. Ooh.
No.
Shots fired.
All right.
What was it?
What was it? All right. So, what name are we talking about? Are we talking about like my first like username, or are we talking like our seed names on MySpace?
Your scene name. I think that's what I want.
Oh man, that was Kim Catastrophe with a K. Catastrophe with a K. 2 M's at the end of Kim. Oh my god,
yeah.
Because edgy. Good times. Good times.
Yeah, I mean, I love it because you had something cool like that. Like my first name starts with a J. I didn't like the juice box thing. Like I would see like Johnny Juice Box or Jamie Juice Box. I'm like, no, that's not me.
Yeah,
no.
But I had to use a word with a C and just make it with a K. Yeah. But it worked, I guess.
Someone give me a scene name because I did have one. Name. Well, it's funny because you mentioned that because I did do a C word. I was just like so defeated with like trying to find something like Jenny something like JJ that I was just like, fuck it, it's Jenny Chaos. And my friends my high school friends still drag me to this day with that, like, oh my god, it's Jenny Chaos. I'm like, shut up.
I love that. That's a good name.
Yeah. I thought so. I thought I was gonna fucking be a rock star when I was young, so I thought that would be my my personality.
Now I'm just washed up.
Now I'm just washed up kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that covers MySpace. I know we could talk a long time about MySpace too, but I kind of just want to, I don't know. This episode's like, all over the place.
Yeah.
But and I don't know. I guess we're kind of teetering on. This podcast may be a little too long, so let's kind of talk about Tumblr. Like, did you discover bands via Tumblr or
like I felt like, you know, I don't know what it was, but I don't know how I haven't been on Tumblr in a while now, but yeah. I remember I guess so people would put like the actual song and you could just like play it, and sometimes they would have the lyrics underneath or whatever, or just the name of the song. And especially if it was like a mutual that were, you know, following each other and they shared something, you know, some music that I've never heard of. I'm like, all right, let me check it out. But yeah, I think like a lot of people that were popular during the Tumblr era, like Marina and the Diamonds, Lorde, Lana Del Rey, like those people, I didn't really listen to. Yeah, I didn't listen to during that time, like, because I was too cool. I was too edgy.
Yeah.
I maybe like start listening
I was not.
to like, yeah, like I thought Lorde was cool though. But Lana Del Rey I never like got into. Lana Del Rey I actually started listening to in my last like year or two at during college because my roommate really liked her, and like I didn't know the songs, so I wanted to like know who the hell. Now I know some songs by, I think she's just Marina now. Don't think she's and the Diamonds anymore.
Is that the one who she looks? Oh my god, she really plays up like the baby aspect of like.
Oh, I think that's
herself.
Melanie Martinez. Unless it is Marina. It could be Marina.
No. I think you're right. No. You're totally right, because I remember like.
Melanie Martinez was another one I think that like people found on Tumblr, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so too. And I remember like I didn't listen to her music, not right away. Like I knew her by face before I knew her by music, and then she got canceled, and then I was like, I'm glad I didn't invest a lot of time into you. So, yeah.
I don't know exactly like what happened with that, but I had a friend who was really big on Melanie Martinez and had like all her merch and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think a younger me would have loved her. You know what I mean?
But I just wasn't into the baby thing at the time. I don't know what it was, but just the baby thing was just kind of like, all right, like, the pacifiers gotta go.
Yeah, no, but it is something that I think I did grow out of, and it's weird because it's like, I don't know, whatever. I don't know. I think she had a good voice too, but then all that shit came out, and again, I wasn't invested into her music, so I was like, why start now? So, she had cool hair. Again,
she did, yeah.
We're getting canceled for this podcast. Anyway. Anyways, you saved yourself a lot of heartbreak with Lana, because that Lana just makes it so hard. She makes it so hard to be a Lana Del Rey fan.
Yeah, I forgot what she did something on Twitter. I think she kind of like, I mean, I don't know if I'm remembering this all correctly, but didn't she like compare herself or on Instagram to like Black women and something like that? Yeah. Like that was that was cringe. That was really bad. She
sure as hell did, Kim. Yeah, no, she wrote this long Instagram post. I think, I don't know, was it during someone who's listening out there comment, was it during the pandemic or was it a little bit before the pandemic? Regardless,
I feel like it was fairly recent-ish.
Yeah, but time means nothing anymore to me, so I really don't know if it was like a 2-year ago thing or not. So Lana had taken her time to write a notes app thing, a message, saying that it's funny how Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, I don't know, I'm trying to think of someone else that she name dropped during this. I don't think Doja Cat was name dropped, but I feel like maybe she was, especially if it was last year. Who cares? But she name dropped a handful of women. Ariana Grande was on the list too. Not
Ariana
a woman of color. Not a woman of color. But she name dropped. I was like, what? I don't know. Which is weird to me because I'm like, didn't she make songs with all these women? I don't know. Anyway, not all these women, but I'm derailing. I just remember Ariana Grande was on the list, but
I was like, why?
Like, for what? You know what is okay, so wait, I'm gonna finish what she said, and then I will say why I mentioned Ariana Grande, because I do not love Ariana Grande as a lot of people do, but I am a fan of Ariana Grande, if that makes sense. Like, for some reason, like, I won't die for her, but I like her fashion, I guess. Like, I'm a big hoodie wearer. Like, I wear hoodies as dresses kind of girl. I don't know. I look up to her in that sense, but then, I don't know. I'm derailing. I am derailing.
Yeah, she's all right. There's like some, I mean, I'm going to get attacked, but there are things I'm not too fond about Ariana Grande. Yeah. But, whatever.
I mean, we can talk a little bit about that, but after I finish dragging Lana Del Rey.
Get to
it. Finish her. Let's go. No, but she was just like, so Lana has for years been, people have pointed out that her music really glorifies, the young girl falling for this much older guy, and it's, cutesy. Like, I'm like, she's essentially like, a Lolita, and like, these older guys are taking care of her, and it is like, Lana's music, and it's, and I'm talking about this as someone who is honestly a fan of these albums. It really glorified, just romanticizing tragedy almost.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, like Lana is, and like, I don't know. No, I'm gonna take it back. Remember when video games was really big? Like, or maybe you don't because you weren't really a Lana Del Rey fan. But they like video games was like, I think her first single that made it on like Airplay. And then they added like a techno beat thing. So it made it, cause like the original song is just like this, it's sleepy music. Like, it's like, I'm not going to sing a Lana Del Rey song, but it's like old Hollywood starlet. Like, it's a very niche group of people that listen to that music. And when you like, I feel like there has to be some sort of hyper awareness where it's like, you know, you realize that this kind of music is not for everyone. And I think I don't know, it just was like a weird thing where she was just like, now that we have, I feel like someone had won an award and that's what triggered her.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Like it really was like, and I don't know who it was, but like, let's say Beyonce won an award because, you know, Beyonce probably deserves every award she ever fucking gets nominated for. Like, she really was like, well, now that we recognize X, Y, and Z, when am I going to get my dues? And it just, I was like, yo, shut up.
That's crazy.
Shut up. And like, yeah.
Yeah, I remember reading her notes app, and I was like, well, the post she made, and I was just like, you really took the time out of your day to post this, huh? Like, you really sat there, wrote that.
You really thought you were doing something right there.
Yeah.
You really. And I think, too, like, she also plugged something that, she wrote a book of poetry, and she plugged that, like, you can also buy my book of poetry. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, all right. So, controversy to sell shit. Cool. And then she was like being a wild asshole about like mask shit. Like she was still doing like meet and greets last year
during the pandemic.
And she was like wearing a mask, but it was like a mask that was like not a mask. I don't
well, I don't know if it was the same, but sometimes I'll see some famous people wearing these like masks like made out of like little gems, and they're not like actual masks. Like, is that like what she was going for? Or
I think so. It was that, or like tassels, or like it was something where it was just like she wasn't wearing a mask, and it was like you're calling your fans to come, and you're not taking the time to protect them. I was like, I don't know. Again, and I'm speaking as a person who would have, up until like last year, probably gone to see Lana Del Rey, and I'm kind of like still very, very, I don't want to say upset about it, because I feel like I've stopped getting upset about when famous people upset me, or they prove that they're human in a very stupid way. So I don't know.
Thanks, Lana.
Let's talk about the Wonder Years. Because that's how I found out about the Wonder Years, is by fucking Tumblr. And I remember seeing the stupid little bird. What was the as a mascot?
Is it a pigeon or?
It's a pigeon. It's Hank the pigeon. So I remember seeing Hank the pigeon.
Oh yes, it is. Oh shit.
But yeah, no, I remember seeing Hank the pigeon, and like, I'm not sad anymore.
I'm just tired of this place.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not sad anymore. It felt like it was, I don't know. The Wonder Years was just like the right, I don't know. There was just a good timing for us. I feel like we were just getting into college. It felt like they were singing about more college things. Like, I think they even have like lyrics that are like in your dorm room and blah, blah, blah. And that's not how the Wonder Years sound at all. But I don't know. I fucks with the Wonder Years heavy. Before the world ended, I saw them and it was a great time.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really hoping I can see them one day.
Yeah. I remember I wanted to drag you to the show, but it was kind of last minute. Yes. It was very last minute. But I saw the Wonder Years, and by seeing the Wonder Years, that introduced me to Spanish love songs, which is like my newest favorite band, if I could say that. I love Spanish love songs. It's great. Discovering new music's great. I love it.
Big fan.
Big fan. I'm trying to think of anyone else on Tumblr Years though. Real Friends, that was another one in the story so far.
State Champs.
You know what's crazy? I still have not gotten into State Champs. I know I will love them.
I'll definitely give them a shot.
I remember seeing Defend Pop Punk like everywhere.
Still, I think to this day, I mean, it's a Man Overboard thing, right?
It's a Man Overboard thing, but it like
understand.
The meme. I was like, what are we defending it from? No.
Word. That's what I was like. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, pop punk is fine.
It's but like, it's just also funny that meme, that post, I guess it's a meme because whatever. But that meme truly overshadowed the band that made it. Like, because I remember just seeing Defend Pop Punk, and I just thought someone made it. I had no idea it was for Man Overboard until like ago.
Oh, really? Yeah, I remember knowing it was for Men Overboard because my friend had like a sweatshirt or a shirt or something because it said Defend Pop Punk and had the Men Overboard thing. But I think when I first saw it on Tumblr, I definitely didn't know it was related to any band. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah. I was just like, yeah, Defend Pop Punk, man, I guess.
Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to think of any like significance. I just remember those like pictures. I don't know, just like the aesthetic on Tumblr.
Oh my god,
like,
it was
with those like big like pop punk like pictures with like the big lettering, and it's like over like some, I don't know, some picture of like
angsty photo,
or like or like some person with like colored hair like with their head down like holding the camera, like, you know what I mean, just
the city, but it's blurry and it's like through a window and there's like 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 it's raining. It's just yeah. It was a time. I really wanted to be a Tumblr girl. Still do.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever. I remember like it was like soft grunge was coming back.
Yeah, exactly. Like soft, like pastel and all
pastel
that shit.
grunge.
Yeah. Like all like the gory, like sceney letters that like, you know, the pink bloody looking letters and all that.
Yeah. We really had a time, man. I remember like I wanted, that was like, I feel like Tumblr was a big reason why I ended up like asking for docs one year for Christmas and stuff like that. So yeah, because before that I was just a Vans and Converse kind of gal. Yeah, no. So Tumblr was like a really important thing for like, I guess, my continuation into the scene because I think, you know, for a big part of my like early 20s, I actually wasn't really into like pop punk or anything like that. Like I was, but I wasn't. I was really like, I had evolved into whatever my boyfriend was listening to at the time, which wasn't cool, but it's just the truth. Nah, that's not completely true. Whatever. I wasn't really diving into music like I was in my teen years, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, like I guess Kim, would you say like TikTok is like kind of the unsung hero for the scene right now? Yeah, I've discovered a lot of new bands through TikTok, and you know, shout out to like, I guess, Instagram and Twitter too, because I mentioned it, like there's a few bands I've already listed on this episode that I discovered through Twitter, and then I don't know, I'm an annoying person who shares whatever the fuck I'm listening to via Instagram stories, and I don't I'm always just like, yo, no one cares about what music I'm listening to.
I care.
But Kim's like, oh my god, that band. And like, I also like, sometimes people be like, yeah, no, I saw you shout them out and I decided to give them a listen.
Yeah, like
and
you
I
put
really
me on
like
the
them.
Spanish love songs, and like they're definitely like a fave now, like so like relevant, and especially with the pandemic and just like life and like late 20s, and life is just weird right now, and I just felt like their music was just like super relevant, and I was like, yep, this is the band.
Brave Faces Everyone was the soundtrack of 2020, and like if
it was so depressing though, and I remember hearing that song, I was like, oh, I'm gonna cry.
Like I fully had like shower meltdowns to that fucking album. Highly recommend. Anyone listening, stop what you're doing, listen to Brave Faces. Yes, Brave Faces Everyone, but you're gonna like type in Brave Faces, it'll come up. And join me on this sad girl wave because they're so good and they deserve all the love. They really do strike a chord with your like later 20s and into your 30s. Love songs. I will talk about them more another day. This is the segment where I say TikTok bands.
Yeah, like TikTok bands.
Yeah, TikTok bands. Magnolia Park, one of the latest bands that's come up on my For You page. They're like this Orlando pop punk band. Again, black fronted. Yeah, I really do like the function of TikTok that serves me new music. Like, is there anyone that you've discovered, Kim, via TikTok or?
Yeah, I got a couple bands here. I don't know. I come through TikTok. I think it's a pretty like popular band. Girl in Red. Okay. It's a single person. Her name is Marie Olvin. and she's from Norway, and she does all this stuff by herself apparently, which is really cool. So like writes the songs and makes stuff and does the damn thing. Red, I think, is like not a meme, not the band is a meme, like they're like really well loved, but there's like a meme, like I guess on gay TikTok, where it's like, I mean, with the younger kids, when they're trying to like find like other LGBT people, they're like, oh, so do you listen to Girl in Red, like trying to find out if they're like gay or not. And like back in my day, it was Tegan and Sarah, or you know.
Oh my god, confirmed emo.
Yeah, right. Now it's Girl in Red, you know. So do you listen to Tegan and Sarah? No. Do you listen to Girl in Red? Yeah. So
I had such a love affair of Tegan and Sarah.
I like my whole personality. Like it was like
really did. Oh my god. I have seen, but I feel like I've seen sorry. I feel like I've seen the meme template for Girl in Red. And I just never put it together that they're, there's a band. Huh. So I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And like speaking of like Tegan and Sarah, another band that I found through TikTok I started kind of listening to was called Beach Bunny. I don't know, like
I know Beach Bunny
songs. Like I knew, I know like maybe like 5 songs from them.
Yeah.
And Tegan and Sarah actually like have been featured on a re-recording of Cloud 9 recently. I think this was actually like a few days ago or like a week ago or so, because I still keep up with Tegan and Sarah because like I can't help myself. But yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, wow, Beach Bunny and Tegan and Sarah together? Holy moly.
I'm gonna talk about another band I found on TikTok, so we stay on track. Arrows in Action.
Okay.
Yeah, they're more like, they're definitely pop punk. Definitely pop punk, but I'm trying to think of what they lean more towards, because I feel like there's like there's different levels to the pop punkness. So they were like the first ones to reach me through TikTok, and they have some really good songs. There's this song called This Time that, me and Kim are going to make a playlist for this episode with all the songs that we want you guys to listen to. But yeah, This Time and Failing on Purpose. Good bops.
Out then.
Yeah, I think This Time was the one that was served to me on TikTok. It's like, it just, I don't want to say it's feel good music, because I think these 2 songs are actually some of their sadder ones. But it strikes a nostalgic chord with me personally, where I just feel like these songs could have existed in my high school years, but they're just, I don't know. There's a polish, like they studied us. They studied what we were listening to, and they made it better, Kim. So it's good. Yeah.
Couldn't fix what I was. Silence and habit made me think we could keep this away from the fray. Left with nothing to say. My mama said those who don't listen don't feel this.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I feel like a lot of new bands that I've been finding recently have just been giving me like vibes from, back then when I was like discovering new music and stuff. I mean, this band isn't necessarily a TikTok band. I mean, I don't know if it's a band or if it's just one person, but it's definitely black fronted either way. But it's Cat Bamboo. It's one word. They kind of sound like Dance Gavin Dance, like kind of like
cool.
mathcore-y kind of like vibes like that, and really cool band. I
love them.
I don't know if I'm trying to think. I might have found. I don't think they even have that many songs. I can't remember how I found them, but I don't think it was TikTok. But still, really good time. I'll definitely have to send this to you too then.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I definitely want to, because I just recently discovered them and they don't have a lot of music, so I wanted to give them like a special shout out at the end of like an episode. So maybe we can just like talk about them another time.
Of course.
But yeah, sidetrack. Sorry.
No, you're totally fine.
But
So I know that I have like a million other TikTok bands too that like every time I discover a band that I actually vibe with on TikTok, I like save their video. So I feel like you guys are going to hear a lot of TikTok shout outs in the future. But I'm going to take it back to like my Instagram/Twitter discoveries. Because over the summer, and if you know the story, you know the story. But over the summer, when everything was kind of coming to a height with Black Lives Matter and, you know, just us as a community wanting to do better for the Black community, in like, you know, my whatever state I was in, I was like, you know what? It is time to shine a light on Black artists in the scene because, you know, I am a Black woman, person of color in the scene. And, you know, that is something that I, you know, other than Travie McCoy in Gym Class Heroes and Howie in Kill Switch Engage, it wasn't really a thing. There's probably someone I'm missing right now, and, you know, but representation at that time wasn't like a big thing. So I was like, I had seen someone do a metal list of like Black fronted metal bands, and I thought that was really dope. So I was like, let me try to do that for the scene and in the broad sense of it. And I have already mentioned a few of these bands already, like Pull the Curtain and the 1865. But another band from good old Poughkeepsie, New York, that, you know, we're friends on Instagram now, but Alliteration. They're so cute. They're so great. I don't know. They're this little band from Poughkeepsie. It's almost more like, I really need to learn how to like describe music.
I feel like no matter what, like I feel like if I compare a band to another band, and like even though I personally think they sound similar, and like I feel like somebody's gonna be like, no, you can't compare them or something, like, you know what I mean? So like don't even like, you know, I think you're doing great, sweetie.
I think they have. Well, thank you. And guys, if you're listening to this, I will find better words to describe you. But they're this really cool little band. They're alternative, they're indie punk, if you will, but there's also just like, they got a little grunge in them, and that's kind of cool. But yeah, I fell in love with their song Spin over the summer, and still listening to that song, and they just came out with a new track called Stop Thief, so I would recommend checking them out. And I'm just gonna do a double dip here because it's just like two of the same things essentially. They introduced me to another band literally like last week when I was doing work, called No Momentum. And I don't know much about No Momentum, but I did totally like so Alliteration and No Momentum and another band called Arcadian Grey, I believe. Yes. They released almost like a mixtape, I guess. It's like they all released a new song and they just kind of packaged it together. It's kind of cool. I don't think a lot of people do that. But No Momentum was on it. And they are another upstate New York band. And yeah, they give me the best kind of sad boy vibes. Again, I'm trying to think of people to compare it to, but you know what? Just go listen to them and you'll make that, like, you know, connection yourself. I really like their new song, I guess, Cycles. And then I found myself listening to almost their entire discography when I heard Cycles for the first time. And I was like, oh my God, I really like this. It plays to the new emo, like, are you Midwestern emo when you're in New York? I don't know, but it's like, it's that kind of realm. Like it's more that style versus like a pop punk or whatever. And it's something that really speaks to me. So I would highly recommend everyone giving those two a listen.
Yeah, I feel like your playlist had a lot of really cool bands, and I found a lot of new bands from that playlist and the thread and everything. And
and
like so many cool people on there.
The last two bands I want to shout out, and very quickly, but I will probably talk about these bands more in the future because, again, I know this podcast is it's probably going to be one of our our longer podcasts. But Mint Green and Proper, which I believe Proper is a Brooklyn-based band, but they are two bands that, like, again, Black fronted, great bands. Proper just released a song called Don't, which I feel like if I had to put what I felt over the summer into words, they did it beautifully. It really deals with the anxiety that comes with being Black, especially being Black during everything that happened last year. Mint Green is like, again, experimental. It's a woman-fronted band. I love their song "Take Care." I feel like I'm not giving them their dues right now, but I would just say I highly recommend checking them out. It's. I think they even say this on their Spotify account. They feel like the first like cherry blossom, like kind of like springing to life after like a snowstorm. Like it feels like spring happening. Yeah,
I mean,
like
if they were on the playlist, I definitely listened to it because I remember like just putting the playlist on and just like, especially like, you know, during that politically charged time, just had a couple playlists I was just listening to, but that was definitely one of the playlists I had like on repeat. So thank you for the beautiful music content.
Yeah,
and my summer.
Thank you for listening, because like that's all, you know, again, it's just like it's all about, you know, there's a larger discussion to be had about the scene, and just like, you know, people say it a lot with like in terms of shopping Black, like it's not a charity, like don't do it just because, you know, you feel obligated to. Like we just want to be a part of the conversation. Like we want like, I guess, you know, in terms of music, we want it to feel as natural. Like I'm trying not to make this podcast any longer than it already is, but like with Meet Me at the Altar, who was the first band I shouted out on our podcast, I love them so much, but I'm also recognizing that like everyone is like it almost feels like they're about to become the token. And I don't want, like, I want it to feel as natural as, like, okay.
No, I think I said something kind of, like, similar to this discussion earlier today, actually, because I felt like I was, I don't know, I don't really watch a lot of TV that, like, new, like, I don't know, I watch a lot of Netflix and Hulu, but I remember, I don't know, some show was on, because I was trying to stream Drag Race, and, like, some show was on VH1 on the live stream online or whatever.
Yeah.
And like there were some of these like shows that come out now like try to be inclusive but like still like fail really badly at it, and they just end up making people feel like the butt of the joke, and like, you know, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, I'm just like tired of like the fake like inclusivity or whatever. It's just sick of it.
This is a larger conversation for another podcast that I like not another podcast, but like another episode.
Talk about it. Yeah. You know, it's gonna keep coming up too. You know, it's, you know, especially like it's part of your daily life, like, you know what I mean? But also like it's this time period of, I mean, I know things aren't strained right now, but I think, you know, obviously things aren't perfect, and you know, we should still be out there protesting and everything. You know what I mean? But
yeah, of course. No, you hit it on the head. It's just like, I don't even know. Like, as I was saying that, it was like, well, Jen, you like literally anytime a Black fronted band has come up today, I've acknowledged that they're a Black fronted band. So I don't know if I am doing
good by doing that. I feel like we should, like, I don't know where the line is, and this is coming from someone who is Black, you know, like, I don't know if what I'm doing is actually helpful or not, but I just know I want to raise awareness of these bands. That way, you know, I can see these bands play with the Wonder Years or play with, you know, Paramore, blah, blah. And then, you know, it just, I don't know, it doesn't feel like such a spectacle in a way, you know, like, yeah, that's it. It's just like, oh, you listen to Meet Me at the Altar? Clap, like, you know, like, right. You don't, like, you're not special. Yeah, you're not special because you listen to a Black fronted band, but it's really cool that these bands are getting the recognition that they fucking deserve. So that's all I'm trying to say. I think that was a good way for me to voice my fucking opinions, because I do feel like some people really do wear it like a badge of honor, where it's just like, yeah, you know, and they just, where it's like, yeah. But anyone else, Kim, on your end? I
don't know. Like, I've been finding some new music. I feel like, at least on like LGBT gay TikTok, whatever you want to fucking call it, like, I feel like a lot of the popular bands, I mean, it's been cool to get like queer voices out there and stuff, but I feel like a lot of them are white from what I've seen. Yeah. But I don't know, like, I've definitely found, like, cool music on TikTok, and, you know, it's just been cool to see, like, people promote, like, small artists on TikTok and watching them grow and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have, like, a list of, like, just TikTok bands. I don't know, like, if I don't know. I wrote down, like, just in case we wanted to talk about it, like 100 Gex and like Doja Cat, like, oh my god, you know, just because, like, yeah,
100 Gex. Okay, oh god, we'll see. We're gonna, like, oh my god, we could have talked. I knew that too. There was a moment during when we were talking about, like, I don't know, maybe it was Spotify or something. It was, I was just like, oh, I want to mention 100 Gex so badly, because on paper, or not even on paper, again, shout out to Bobby, who is listening to this podcast and editing or like giving me notes on this podcast. He sent me Stupid Horse, I think a year before 100 Gex blew up, and I fucking hated it. And then something just clicked. Like, like, to be fair, Stupid Horse, it's, oh my god. Maybe this is just another conversation another time. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we can talk 100 Gex whenever we want. Like, yeah, we really can. But I wasn't in the right state of mind to listen to Stupid Horse. And then eventually I was, and I fucking love 100 Gex so much. We will talk about them another day. But I did want to, I was like, oh my god, I could talk about how...
Yeah, we'll definitely... talk about them, and, you know, we could always, like, talk about TikTok and music another time. Like, I feel like that's like an evergreen topic that's not going away anytime soon. So,
of course.
I think we're safe.
All right. Well then, guys, like, I don't know, Kim, do you think it's time to wrap up then?
I guess so, yeah. It's, you know, we've been recording for quite a bit, and, you know, like you were saying, this is probably going to be one of our longer episodes. Yeah. So, more content for anyone listening.
So, yeah, thank you, everyone, for listening in again. Hopefully, we provided you guys with some new music to listen to, and also just gave you a good way to be nostalgic again with our things and our stuff. Our things and our stuff. Wow, great work, Jenny.
My brain.
My brain is dead right now. No, I hope you enjoyed the nostalgic trip with us today. I think we will make other episodes coming back to this topic, because I think there's just, you know what, like, when I made the timeline, I was just like, oh yeah, this is enough for like a 45-minute podcast. That's all we need. And it turns out we might need more time to talk about these things. So thanks. Kim, do you want to take us out?
All right, so thanks for listening again, and but yeah, that's today's episode of This Ain't a Scene. It's a goddamn podcast. Be sure to subscribe and leave a rating, and give us any feedback if you have any. We'd love to hear it.
Please.
Yeah, give it, like, on Twitter, YouTube comments, give us ratings on Spotify, Apple Music, and other platforms that we're on. And feel free to check us out on Twitter at a goddamn podcast, and we'd love to hear from you there. So this is Kim and Jenny signing off, and as always, we'll carry on.
Bye, guys.
Woo!
We did it. I can't believe how... Dude, I hate us for it. But we were having fun. We had fun.